This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23, verse 15 through 17. Therefore thus saith Yahweh of hosts concerning the prophets, Behold, I will feed them with wormwood, and make them drink the water of gall. For from the prophets of Jerusalem is profaneness gone forth into all the land. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, Hearken not unto the words of the prophets that prophesy unto you. They make you vain. They speak a vision of their own heart, and not out of the mouth of Yahweh, Bashem Yahweh Shai. They say still unto them that despise me, Yahweh hath said, Ye shall have peace. And they say unto every one that walketh after the imagination of his own heart, No evil shall come upon you. Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, all praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren out there teaching his word in all sincerity and in truth to the 144,000 and the rest of the the rest of the elect, men, women, and children, the great multitude, the Lord will have mercy on in these last days. Shalom. It's your brother Dama Agabar here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify and feed the lambs and sheep of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. And this is going to be a quick lesson dealing with these false prophets out here, mainly as concerning the mark of the beast prophecy, which a lot of these Israelite groups have completely wrong. They're selling you a vision of their own heart, telling you that the mark of the beast ain't dealing with the micro C hip, that is something spiritual. It's not a physical thing, and that it's sin, and creating all of these gray areas to where they're leaving the option on the table that you could, possibly take the MOTB and still be delivered and saved, which is not according to prophecy. But the main thing is that these guys, they refuse to, come to the conclusion that the MOTB is the micro C hip. All right. It is a physical implantable device that these elites are looking to put under, to subdermally implant it inside of every single person on this planet Earth. And as we can see, as moves are being made across the planet and across the earth to bring in this beast system, this digital enslaved system is approaching faster and faster every day. And you have a lot of these false prophets and these wayward Israelite groups are, they're not, they never speak on it, even though, right now it's all over the news. The information is there. These elites have said it out of their own mouths. This is what they ultimately plan to do. But they refuse to warn the people. They refuse to give the proper warning from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And like I said, they speak a vision out of their own heart, and not out of the mouth of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, because the spirit is not dealing with these guys, as far as prophecy is concerned. And I say that because I came across this article here that says Australia officially bans cash and mandates Bill Gates' digital passport to participate in society. All right. And we know through the spirit that, this whole cashless society and digital passports will all eventually lead to the MOTB being subdermally inserted inside of everybody. That's where your digital wallet will eventually go. And like we say, we prophesy, it will be a time to where, it will be able to be used on your phone. You will be able to use it, for a certain period of time. But we know that these elites end game is to put this thing inside of everybody, according to biblical prophecy. And this will be the great temptation that will come upon all the earth. So let me read some of this article. Got another precept, Lord willing, you can be edified. All right. It says the WEF infiltrated government of Australia is moving to ban physical cash nationwide and will soon force all members of the public to carry a digital passport to participate in society. You see? And like I said, that's an important word, to carry. And we know eventually you're going to carry this thing inside of you. All right. Because that's the end all be all of this man's madness. You see, because, you could have this thing on your phone. You can have it on your phone for a particular while, and it's gonna, gradually, get people comfortable with the idea of just having all of your documents be digital. It can just be read and you can use it at the, convenience of swiping your phone. But eventually, they're gonna put the technology inside of you, as the prophecy says. You see, and this is why, like I keep saying in all my videos, you got to watch what's happening in Europe, what's happening in Australia, because this is a global agenda. All right. And, countries like Australia are just, the first testing grounds, because a lot of those citizens, they're not armed. They're not a very huge population of people in Australia. And we saw during the whole pandy how they totally locked down Australia, man. All right. They were totally locked down. They was totally jump shotted, and they were totally just, you know, um, ruled over by their governments with no fight back, with no resistance at all. You see? And this is going to eventually come here to the States. It says, make no mistake, Australia is laying the groundwork for the establishment of New World Order cashless society as part of a broader scheme to completely strip the public of their freedoms. It says the WEF ran government claims that digital passports will help tackle bad behavior from dissenting citizens. You see, it's a total slave system that anybody that participated in it fully will be totally under the control of the government and of these elites. You can be punished in real time. You're not gonna have the right to free speech. You're not gonna have the right to freely travel. Everything that you do will be dictated on your social credit score, how good of a slave you're being. And at any time you buck up against the system, they'll have their AI angels watching you, monitoring you, tracking you. Every thought, every tweet, every part of society that you want to participate in will be dictated by them. And if you want to go online to go on the internet, you want to have social media, you want to do this and do that. Hey, that's just going to be monitored and watched, man. And anytime you do anything that's outside of the parameters of their approval, man, hey, they'll be able to, like I said, they'll restrict your travel. They can stop you from having the ability to buy groceries, to travel, to buy or sell, or to just function completely in that society, man. You see, and this is where everything is going. It says, essentially, it will work the same as a passport, a Today Show reporter told viewers in Australia. Australians will be forced to submit 100 points of identification, like their driver license or their passports, when using social media sites like Facebook and Twitter. Police will have access to those social media accounts, and it's all part of the crackdown on online abuse. You see, it's going to be a complete slave system, man. They're going to be everything that you do is going to be penalized on you on an individual basis. So like I said, if you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter, if you like the wrong things, if you post the wrong things, you'll be instantly you'll be instantly punished. Your social credit score will fall. And with that is you won't be able to have particular jobs. Your children won't be able to go to particular schools. Like I said, they could restrict your access to buy and sell. It's a total slave system, man. And it's all going to culminate in the form of the mark of the beast, the MOTB, man. It says what? Police will have access to those social media accounts, and it's all part of the crackdowns for abuse. It says users could be liable for defamation suits or even criminal prosecution. It's all part of a plan to stop users engaging in bad behavior. Yeah. You see, hey, and they're going to have a new constitution, not based off the one we have now. It's going to be a digital constitution, which AI will be used to enforce on every single individual as a person, man. It's like that episode of Black Mirror. It's going to be literally like that, but you'll have the C ragamuffin in you. You know how everybody was walking around and they was like swiping up with their phones, and if you did something good, they'll give you a credit score or they'll like your approval. But when your shit dropped to a certain extent, hey, people didn't want to deal with you. People didn't want to engage with you, because them associating with a person with a low social credit rating or somebody who's a continual violator of the rules of the New World Order, man, hey, they could be jeopardized or they could be penalized for even socializing with you, man. And this is what these devils are ultimately trying to implement. But it's already like that in China. People who litter, people who jaywalk, they plaster their face all across the fucking city, man, as a violator, as a criminal, as a heart's bad citizen. And people, you don't want to come in contact with them or be associated with them, because it could be harmful to their social credit scoring. So it's going to basically create a system of complete obedient slaves, man. Let's look at this.
A radical plan to crack down on social media abuse is being considered by the federal government. For more, Nine's Oliver Haig joins us live in Adelaide. Ollie, how will it work?
Layla, good morning. Essentially, it will work the same as a passport. Australians forced to submit 100 points of identification like their driver's licence or passport when using social media accounts like Facebook and Twitter. Now, police would have access to those social media accounts, and it's all part of a crackdown on online abuse. Now, users could be liable for defamation suits or even criminal prosecution, and it's all part of a plan hoping to deter people from engaging in bad behaviour. Now, the recommendations were handed down by a federal parliamentary.
And you see, and that's going to be on all levels. It's not going to be you're just going to be policed on your social media behavior. It's going to be your daily life, man. Like I said, if you litter, if you're late to work, if you spit on the ground, if you if you're walking down the street and you try to catcall at a woman, all these things are going to be fucking punishable, man. All these things are going to drop your social credit score, man. You know, if you're out and about and you're having PDA with a woman, this is, I'm just giving examples, but this is exactly how it's going to be in this new world order, man. You're going to be a total slave to it, man. And anything that you do that they deem unacceptable, you will be in real time punished for it, man. You know, and who knows what type of laws they're going to have in that new world order constitution, man. You know, but it's going to be complete hell. It says Stephen Andrew McQueen reports, meanwhile, Australia's largest banks are banning cash from their business operations and moving to a digital-only system. See, a digital-only system. You see, so you're not going to be getting direct deposited. You're not going to be able to cash a check and have physical cash, have the financial freedom that comes with, the system that we have now, to where, you can work a job and you can cash a check and you can go to the bank and they'll cash you your cash and you can go and put it in a safe place. We're still in a situation to where we don't, you can still function in a society without having a bank account or having a bank account linked to this system, to where, the government can have access to these things. See, they're doing away with all of that. And which is why we know that a huge part of this new world order in the MOTB is going to be linked to your, to a financial enslavement. It says Macquarie Bank, Australia's fifth largest bank, announced Friday it will phase out cash, check, and phone payments in 2024 as it transitions to digital-only transactions. Australia is not the only state to have fallen under the totalitarian control of the globalist elite. The European Parliament and member states have reached an agreement on the mandatory rollout of Bill Gates' digital ID, which has inbuilt features designed to exclude people from participating in society if they do not comply with the globalist agenda. For some time now, New Addicts has been warning the masses for years that a key plan in the globalist agenda involves digital IDs and central bank digital currencies to lock humanity into a digital prison. Meanwhile, the European Union has just admitted that we were right all along. The elite have always denied these plans, describing anybody who dared to oppose their plans as CTs who need to be muzzled on social media, frozen out of society, and in some cases thrown in prison. But now the globalists are making their move, you see? And that's what all this cashless society, these digital banks, central bank digital currencies, digital wallets, digital IDs, is that they can lock you into this digital prison. And we know eventually that digital wallet will be a implantable wallet. It will be the size of a grain of rice, which will have all of your information upon, your biometrics, your identity within that micro chip, man. You see, and this is what Yahweh Bashem Yahushai has charged the true prophets with warning everybody about, man. And this is Revelations 13:16. And he caused of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, you see. But before it gets to the point to where the charagma comes, that they're going to subdermally put within you, they're going to cause everybody at first to get down with this digital wallet, where you're going to have all of your documents, your IDs, your banking, all this shit is going to be digital, to where it can be worked from an app location, you see. So they're going to cause everybody, they're going to create a system to where all this shit will only work in the digital framework. And we know, once they get enough people signed on, once they get the people comfortable with the original phase, the final phase will be the charagma, to receive that charagma, man. All right. And this is what these false prophets are not telling you. This is what they refuse to come out and to tell you, you know? It says here, it says charagma. It says a stamp and imprinted mark. You see, the mark branded upon horses, a thing carved, sculpted, a graven image. You see, because eventually they're going to carve this thing inside of you, man. You know, they're going to literally put it inside of you, you know, like back in the ancient world, they used to brand their slaves with a brand. Well, now they have that. They have a more sophisticated way of branding you. It's with that C-Ragma, where they can surgically implant it inside of you, you know, and it can be tracked via, you know, radio frequency waves, RFID waves. You know, you'll be tracked and monitored and watched in real time, man. And all of your grapho, your information, you know, your access to CBDCs will all be linked inside of this, you know, this, the C-hip, which Vocab Malone said, I think that the mark of the beast is not nothing physical. Well, he's an ass. He's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's talking about, because it is a physical thing, because Esau is a carnal individual, right? He doesn't have the capacity to put a spiritual thing on you, you know. It's going to be a literal physical thing, just like your debit card right now is a physical thing. Now, some places, you know, some people have it on their phones, but it's still a physical thing. Your phone is still a physical tool that you have, that you could use to transact with. See, and that's why when you go into these different you know, Whole Food stores, now people are using their palm to pay, but it's still a physical thing. You still have to physically put your palm over the reader, but eventually they'll take it a step further with your charagma. That's how you'll scan. They're not going to just use your palm. They're going to use that, you know, the micro C-hip, man. It says, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. Which is why they said they'll be able to kick you out of, not, you won't let you be able to function in this society unless you have the mark. All right. You're not going to be able to, you know, they can kick you out of society. They could kill you and separate you from the society if you don't have that C-Ragma, because that's going to be your initiation into the New World Order. And without that being inside of you, you won't be able to function in this digital system that they're creating on the earth, man. And they're already trying to roll it out over here in Australia. They're already about to do it over there over there in Europe. And you know it's coming here to the Americas, man. So don't listen to these false prophets out here who are telling you that the MOTB is nothing physical. It has nothing that, you know, that is it's sin or it's some type of, you know, non-physical thing, because it is a physical thing, you know. And these devils are going to try to put it inside of you in the near future. So with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, putting the spirit on me to do this lesson. Until the next one, Shalom.